All right. Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gamers DMC podcast. Um, and let us introduce myself. I am Megalixer, back at it again. And over here we got Jazzy Moto.
Hello.
We got OG Double M.
Hey everybody.
We got Sir Rich.
Hey, you.
And we got the one and only the one.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine on this Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're here again this week, and thank everyone for showing up to hear us talk about one of our favorite topics, gaming. And we got a host of topics we're going to discuss today. But as we always start off, let us start by finding out what you guys have been playing. So let's start with, um, let's go with you, Serge. What have you been playing this week?
Oh, I was super low key this week. It was Destiny. I dabbled in something else. I turned on Cyberpunk for a second and I turned it back off.
Why
So
is that?
I cannot get into it for some reason.
Really?
Yeah,
It's one level that I can't get past. I'm gonna get past it, but go ahead.
because I just made it to the. I'm at a good part to where if I play again, I'm back in my main house trying to meet up with somebody. So
Let me ask you a question. What is your mode of transportation?
I'm still just stealing stuff
Okay, but
because
have you got the motorcycle yet?
no, I don't have anything.
Oh
That's
my.
why I'm like, it's like I'm at the beginning. These
Okay.
kind of games. It's like
Yeah,
it's just
Dang, you don't even
grinding.
got a motorcycle yet?
No,
when you get the motorcycle, it changed the dynamics of the game because
it was
the game,
that clunky Jeep thing they give you at the beginning. That's real kind of slow.
Oh, yeah, you at the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
get once you get the motorcycle, it changes and it makes the game even better. 'Cause that motorcycle is off the chain. That's one of the best. If you can say whatever you want about Cyberpunk, they nailed the motorcycle.
Yeah, but
They, but yeah, I'm just saying when you get there, it's gonna open it up a
I'm
little.
giving it the good old college try though. I keep going back to it because everybody's saying it's so good. Because even like our buddy who don't really be gaming like that no more said it was a good game. So I'm like, man, I gotta keep trying. It's just it doesn't click right now. It's probably I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about that game type. It don't click right now. I haven't been able to play an open world outside of like God of War and other stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm just burnt out on open worlds and a certain kinds. And then yeah, I played Little Sifu on my Switch too, but I kind of want it on my Steam or Xbox. That's it. Nothing really. I'm trying to get
Ja-
back on it. You know.
Jazzy
I've also been low key, still kind of recovering from my sick.
Mm, excuse me.
But mostly, I've been stuck on Dragon's Dogma still,
I
running
think I
around
saw
doing
you.
quests.
I think I saw you playing that this week.
I think I did a little bit of Resident Evil 4. It's been a blah. I don't know if that was last week, but still got to finish that. But I think that's it. Like I didn't even touch Destiny this week.
Oh, that's amazing.
She's a man down.
I was like, wait. But yeah, I'm gonna make up for it this weekend.
Okay. What about you, OG?
Yeah, I just played a little Ghostwire Tokyo.
That's
Good
it.
game. Good game. Um, played a little Monster Hunt on the Switch. I think I'm
He
Hunter
does,
rank
huh?
20 on there. And I think on the Xbox, I think I'm Hunter rank 13 or something on that one.
What game again, sir?
But that's all I played.
Monster Hunter. He was talking about Monster Hunter.
Oh, I didn't see you on Monster Hunter. I hadn't played all that. I hadn't played that this week. But okay. What about you, Mecca? What have you played?
A little bit embarrassed. I've only played one game.
The man with the most time on his hands. And he only. What did you play?
Tales of Vesperia.
You gonna beat that game yet or what?
I want to say this week. I
This
actually
week,
do. I actually do. Yep, I'm gonna
Me.
be. Yep, and how can I say it?
you
Oh, you
close
can
enough.
trust me on that. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that's gonna be my challenge. I'm gonna be it this week.
Okay, we're gonna hold you to it.
All right.
I want to play Tales of Arise myself. I need to get into that.
What did I play this week?
Yeah, what
Uh,
did you play?
yeah, I played, of course, Call of Duty. I always play that. One of my buddies is listening. He's a Call of Duty fanatic. He even played on his phone for a minute. We're
Hmm.
going to talk about Ghostwire Tokyo. That's going to be a good subject to talk about. I played that. And regardless of the minutia, the negative commentary that people are discussing about the game, I had a blast and I'm having a blast. I played Fallout. I played Grounded just to get my achievement. I played For Honor, just not achievement, but to get my points. I played For Honor and Escape Academy. Those are the games that I played this week. So I've been quite busy with, and I didn't play, or did I play? No, that was last Friday. That would count for this week. I played Battlefield 2042, and Battlefield is fun. So those are the games that I played, and let's get to some hot topics to see what you guys think. Um, One of the topics I want to talk about is one of the games that I think we were all playing and we were all interested in. What do you guys think about in this day and age? Um, who is it? Capcom delaying Monster Hunter, and we're gonna start with Double. Why do you think they delayed it? And are you okay with that?
I didn't even know they delayed it, but actually they were saying because it's going to be a mobile game.
Huh?
That, that's what I heard.
You mean delaying as in like the next mainline game in the series?
Yeah,
No, kind of like the
Niantic and Capcom. Mm-hmm.
like a Pokemon Go. That's what I heard.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I want that.
that's a spin-off. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to find the monsters in the real world, just like Pokemon,
Yeah,
the Pokemon
Pokemon
Go.
Go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't playing that.
Go
I'm not playing that. I'm sorry. I'm not playing it. I didn't play
get
Pokemon. I'm
bonked
not.
on the head like all the
Hey,
people
And
being
get,
in that wrong neighborhood.
in the
and
wrong
guess what?
neighborhood.
I actually agree with you. I'm not playing that
I'm
either.
not. I'm
Playing in
not.
a car
I'm
with a
not.
Yeah,
passenger.
but
Be
what if you see
safe.
a big giant Rathalos coming down your street?
Explain that. How are you gonna have fun with that? Well, I mean, I don't even get the. No, I'm not playing it.
That's a
What
good
about
way
you,
to
Jazz? I'm not
exercise.
playing it.
Yeah,
That's silly.
look, yes, I'm playing
Okay.
it because when Pokemon Go first came out, my phone didn't have the capacity to run it, so I was like, oh, and then I just said, forget it. I like
Oof.
Monster Hunter, so I was like, yeah, let me try this out. Plus, I'm thinking,
Okay.
like walking on a
Monster
trail, enjoying
Monster Hunter.
outside.
Monster Hunter is fun. I do agree with you. But I'm not playing Pokemon, whoever. I'm not playing that. And if Monster Hunter is like, if Monster Hunter is evolving to something like that, that's off my radar. So, third,
I'm
what about
I'm I'm I'm
you? Go ahead.
curious to
Nah,
see
that's
what
off
the
my
game
radar
is gonna
too.
be like though.
Exactly, yeah. Just like,
I'm
what's it gonna be
curious.
like
Do
compared
you
to
get to
Pokemon
fight
Go?
the monster?
Oh my
How?
goodness.
How?
You'll be
Explain.
outside jousting with an
In the
invisible
environment?
sword.
And people
Charge
gonna be
blade.
having their phones
Okay.
yelling at the phone and stuff.
People gonna be looking like, what is wrong with that person? I'm fighting a monster.
So you guys are saying that you don't have a problem having people that's going to be advocating people to be put in sane asylums because they're going to be looking as if they're fighting spirits and demons because nobody sees who they're fighting. Is that what you're saying?
If
Is
it's
that
gonna be like that,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
even
saying.
know if it's like that. Because I
So that's
think
how
it's
people
just
was getting caught up with Pokemon Go getting robbed and stuff because they was too focused on getting the Pokemon.
yeah, you gotta be aware of your
The people was
surroundings.
getting robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
so? So it's going to come to the Switch.
I thought
Yeah.
it was
It's
oh,
mobile. It's supposed to be
I
just
don't see
mobile, I
how
think.
I don't see
let me
how that would
see.
come to the Switch because it's not like the system even has a camera.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm saying.
augmented reality.
Yeah, it's just launching for mobile.
Yeah.
You need like a camera, a back-facing camera, and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that shows you how my ignorance is about the game because I can care less.
AR. It's just
Okay.
AR floating in, and then you're
Okay.
like, oh, it's a Pikachu.
Okay. That was a quick subject. Anybody else want to have anything to say? 'Cause I can care.
No, I'm good.
Moving on.
What you
That's
mean?
they
You don't
all
want to?
excited. They
You
super
you don't want to
excited.
see a?
I'm with you, Mike. I'm not even into that.
They like, yeah, we
Come
can't wait to
on.
try this out.
Look, I'm
More
a
power
nerd
to you.
out. I'm gonna nerd out.
More power to
Go
you.
ahead.
You
What's
gonna
the next?
you gonna you gonna nerd out.
Gladly.
Yeah, next
Yes.
one. Next one,
Okay.
please.
What was the next one? Yeah, Halo. We're gonna talk about the. Okay, let me
Okay,
just.
y'all don't
Let
want to
me.
see a big giant Diablos. Okay,
Oh no, we gonna.
I'll be there with you, Mark. We'll slay
Oh
it.
my goodness.
get y'all.
Now, if it was Diablo, it'd be a different story. But no, we're gonna talk about
The power of Christ compels you.
what's his name, Jason Staten, and others leaving Halo, right? So, and he joined Netflix. But let's go back and give some backdrop. Okay, the man left. He left Xbox to come back to help finish Halo Infinite, correct? Then he stayed there a while. Then Microsoft Xbox laid a lot of people off. Then all of a sudden he left and went to Netflix, right? And then the world, your gaming buddies, OG, went ballistic. Doom and gloom, Halo's dead, XYZ. Um, Microsoft doesn't know how to handle their developers, and this, that, and the other. All the world is doom and gloom. So, what is your thought on him leaving, joining Netflix, and all of the BS conversations that ensued about the negative speculation? Oh, doom and gloom, XYZ. XYZ being here, another person goes from Microsoft and leaves to go to another studio. What are your thoughts, OG?
Um, to me, it's no big deal. He's been going back and forth for the last 20 years. Bungie 343 back and forth, and from what I could tell, it's a lot of people from Netflix that works with Microsoft now, and I think this is going to be like
That's
just
the thing.
speculation.
Yeah, that's you in Speculationville. Go ahead because you sent me.
Just speculation that these two companies are about to get together and make a few games together, and that's why he went over there. So, just speculation.
Good speculation. I don't believe it, but hey, you can speculate. What about you, Mega?
Uh, about good old. I was about to make a joke and say I thought Joseph Stalin was dead, but uh-uh.
Womp womp womp.
But anyways, meh. It's not really a big deal. Like, first of all, I never believed that Halo dies because it's one of like the most biggest gaming IPs. They can't
It,
just
ne-
kill
it
money like
yeah,
that.
Halo
Yeah.
never dies. Halo never dies. No.
Okay. What about you, Jazzy?
What specifically? Like if it'll affect Halo?
I mean, what do you think about all the doom and gloom they gave Microsoft for him leaving since he was like, oh, everyone was so elated when he came back. He put Halo on the right track. Now he left for something else, and everyone's speculating, hey, um, Xbox or Halo is doomed. So in that
I
whole
mean,
thought process,
if they can survive that once, then I don't see what the issue is, especially since it's still got momentum. So
okay. Surge.
I don't really believe it's like doom and gloom. What if they teaming up on Netflix to do another version of Halo, like the like what they did with the teams, all the different teams when they started doing the offshoots. It might be a
ODST or whatever.
spinoff.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
So
Okay. Well, let me give you my part and my view of this, and a lot of people may not see where I'm coming from, but and we're going to go into this deeper as we go on, because to me, what I'm about to talk about and what I'm about to say and speculate on is going to relate to things later in this podcast. So, Jason Statham leave, and I know that Double O and Surge and Jazz, you've all worked for companies that had some form of acquisition, merger, or went through a merger, or went through an acquisition. Somebody bought somebody, right? So when you go through things like that, middle management is always the first ones that get let go because you have duplicate roles that you need to um, get rid of. Correct. So
Right.
everyone's been going after said company because they're not doing X, Y, Z. But again, said company is Microsoft, and I'm going to get into that later. I'm like, okay, he saw the big picture. Microsoft is about to merge or buy Activision Blizzard. A lot of middle management that's going to be, or roles that are going to be put together, or people going to have this role, people going to have that role. A lot of people are not going to get promoted into head of studios, head of X, head of Y, head of Z. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's looked at the big picture and said, "Hey, Microsoft is about to buy Activision Blizzard," if the merger goes through, I think Microsoft is heavily assuming and thinking that this merger is going to go through. Things are going to be announced next week. He is probably talking internally, saying, "What studio am I going to head?" Remember, Microsoft put three people ahead of Bungie. I mean, not Bungie, but 343. Remember the three new guys they put in there?
Mm.
If he was going somewhere and if they thought highly of him, why didn't they give him that position? See my point of view? He's under them. So why would you stay there if you don't see any opportunities for you for growth? But he has an opportunity to grow somewhere else. And he probably saw the writing on the wall. Say people can say what they want, but they need to understand that he, to me, is middle management. And when all these different mergers and acquisitions are finished, especially with Bungie, I mean, not Bungie, ATVI, which is Activision Blizzard, if that, once that is incorporated into Microsoft, they are still going to have a lot of middle management roles they need to get rid of. People don't understand that. And my thought is that he saw the writing on the wall. He's like, well,
He's
I
like, he
want.
understood it.
So if someone's going to give you the opportunity to be the head person of a new studio or head XYZ, to be the director and come in and develop and put your hand on it, because he's not, no one, he gets all the shine because who's the head of doing anything at Netflix in gaming? He's like a Phil Harrison, so to speak, that went to Google, which y'all assume, but Phil Harrison was the president, but look where he is now. He got booted out of a job. So I think the people went ballistic over this and got mad. The man took an opportunity at another company because I think he saw that once this Activision, you got Bethesda heads over there, right? You got the guy that's head of Xbox Game Studio. You got Sarah Bond. And then you got all these people from Activision Blizzard. Where does he fit in? Phil is at the top of the apex, right? He's at the top of the pyramid. Everybody else goes down. So when you start merging in all these others, you got Xbox Game Studios, you got Activision Blizzard now under Phil. Then you got Xbox Studios, right? Sarah Bond is right under Phil. Where do you get to shine at? Do any of y'all see that point?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's my point, that
Hmm.
I see where OG is coming from, that thinking that they're going to merge, not or that they may have some partnership, but I don't know how the partnership will come off with Microsoft when they being Netflix is more of a cloud gaming. I don't think they're going to have anything outside of cloud, which they may form some type of agreement with Microsoft to use Azure, but that's all I see. So my whole point is the world went upset and got upset over something that was about nothing. The man took an opportunity. People go to different companies all the time. What did I
And
just have? Go ahead.
I was about to say, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for him since
Exactly.
Netflix they may want to get their gaming off the ground, so I think it's perfect for him.
Right.
Especially since
So,
they have a lot of angry people at them right now. Though. I mean, it can help.
but okay, then let me show you how two-faced the people are. I'm not gonna pick out any names, but you were mad because of how Halo Infinite performed. Who do you think the people are responsible that left? They left because probably they saw not Jason Statham. We're talking about all the others that left. They probably were the ones who helped screw it up. And the three they put in control or at the top of 343 said, "Nope, you helped screw this up. You got to go. Find you another role." That's how things work in corporate America. When you see people leaving, that's because they probably see one, they give them enough time to leave, or two, they see that they don't have anywhere to go up once all this, because you just become another number. Do you agree or disagree?
Yep, totally agree.
So that's my thought on the subject. Anybody else have any additional commentary they want to add?
Not to that. Not from me.
Not from you, huh? Does anybody in the chat or anyone in the chat has anything to say? I think that I said something that may not be on par with their thought process. I think not.
Well, I mean, like you said earlier, I think it's a partnership going on because, like I said, Netflix. A lot of people from Netflix went over to Microsoft to get Game Pass going. So I think something's there with that.
You may be right. Okay, so let's go to our next topic. At the point, where were we? What was our next topic? I told you,
I think
Jazimoto.
that was Diablo.
Yeah, OG's favorite game.
Mm-hmm.
I
He
know
said he
that's
gonna
right.
play the mess out of it.
One of Surge's favorite games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like
Level
it.
600.
That shit, I was like 800 on one of them seasons. Because you keep your renown once you get to 60. So.
So, based off all the BS that was going on about this game we're going to discuss later, not hitting 60 frames per second and not
Bum 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 bum.
not performing as expected. Um, Diablo is coming out saying, "Well, don't worry, we got you covered."
60. Boom.
So, what do you guys think? That's your topic, Double. So, what do you think? We're gonna let you run with this.
What I think is that all games are not created equal. And they already just said Diablo 4 is 60 frames across the board on everything. You know?
PC, I think PC they can go up to 120, right?
Yeah, they could do
More than
120.
likely. More than likely.
Yeah, they could do 120. I bet you when it's all said and done, I bet you the Series X will be doing 120 also.
The performance mode.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them having a performance mode for 120.
Hey,
Because
Jazz.
Yeah,
shoot,
so
Gears had it. So
Hey,
yeah.
Jazz.
Yep.
In the future, turn your location settings off in your browser.
Okay.
I'll tell you about how I know your location settings are on, but turn. But so that's what you think. What do you think, Serge?
that Diablo. Well,
Yeah.
It's it like Double said. It's a top down type game that they've been working on for a while, and
What
as
else?
well as a different type of game.
It's not as intensive either.
I was about to say it's not as
Yeah.
intense. It has its spots where it can be intense,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it'll dip in the
No,
moments before they optimize it.
it can be intense.
okay, let me rephrase it.
It's
Let
not
me
continuously like a first person shooter
it
or something
right.
like that.
But okay, let me ask you this question then, OG. What's the draw distance?
On a console, it's small.
No. I'm talking specifically about Diablo. Diablo really doesn't have a draw distance.
No, it doesn't.
No, because
So
it's a top-down game.
You got
right,
the top down isometric.
Painted.
right,
You can zoom in and out a little
right.
bit.
A little bit. So it's more of a controlled environment. Yeah, you can throw
hmm
all, and I know what you meant, uh, all intensive as far as the gameplay being intensive in the
Yeah,
character.
and I can see
Right,
what you mean because
right,
it's like
right. But
you can
that's
preload and all that stuff
right.
a
They
lot easier
want
from top down.
right. The environment is already preloaded, more or less. You're just dealing with the fights on the scene,
Yeah.
The
and
generation.
right, and yeah, that's. Let me ask you a question though. How is that? And and let me say it this way: with the character generation, with the intense fighting, let's call it intense fighting. And I'm gonna go somewhere, and I want to see how you handle this double. How is that any different than vampires?
It's not
You get
right.
you exactly,
One's 8-bit and the other is shade.
but can't you agree that Vampire Survivor gets extremely intensive?
Yeah.
Definitely. Most
It looked like it
definitely.
has the possibilities to. I can't say until I lay hands on it, but it does look like it has the possibility to, especially when the
But they're both top.
vampires using powers and
Yeah,
stuff like
right,
that.
right. But now, but just, no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Vampire Survivor.
Oh yeah,
You,
yeah,
yeah, I'm not
yeah,
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see,
yeah,
yeah, you think about
Pixels
that.
yeah.
everywhere. It's like,
Yeah,
hold
you
on.
You
think
can't
you
see nothing on the
right.
screen. You
You
just a
can't.
bubble. You just a safety bubble in the middle of the screen.
To get into Diablo because of that very reason. I'm like, man, forget this. I keep losing my character. Like, I don't even see where I am anymore. So,
Exactly. But
ugh.
the fun part of but of course Diablo is a little more intense and the graphics are better and it's like you say, top down, more detail, let's say that. But the intensity of both are kind of similar with fights. That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah,
you can see how one could be similar to the other where Diablo is in a controlled environment. Do you get my point about almost being in a form of a controlled environment? And you can't pan 360 degrees.
yeah,
And
like the
it,
sudden load of the with the draw distance and all that stuff.
yeah. So I can see how they can easily hit 4K 60 or 1440p 60. But I'm glad that the game is hitting that. And it, I just think it was, I just think people are looking at two games in two different, at the same way, but they should look at it in different ways. What about
Hey,
yourself?
hey.
Go
You
ahead.
you 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 still got Rob Ferguson over there, the Gears of War veteran.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's in Gears of War. So I think he has some pedigree dealing with
Sure
the,
do.
yeah, he has some pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm gonna step back. That's why you speculating that Jason Staten coming back too, huh?
Yep.
Let's see. I see how you think. What about you, Jazz? What do you think?
He said, "Yep."
Uh, I just know I'm looking forward to playing it because I enjoyed the demo. So,
Oh, speaking of the demo, you know they're gonna release it again, right?
oh, nice.
In May. I think May 14th or something like that. I'm not sure, but I know I saw some verbiage on the internet about they may have another demo out.
Awesome.
And
No,
I'll
they're
be
testing the load again.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they need to load balance that because they are going to be now let me put it out like this. Let me say it this way. And it's going to be something later. They damned if they do, they damned if they don't. Meaning, if Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard, by the time it's released. And mark my words, if that happens, but when the time it released, Microsoft owns them, and the servers get inundated, where people have 30-minute log on times. Like I think I had a 20-minute. That's the long. They're going to blame Microsoft, right? Who believes?
Without a doubt.
But
Of course.
but
This happens every
but
time.
but you know what's the funny thing is? That's going to make it totally stupid. That is not going to hold water if anybody actually understands it. They're on Google or Amazon right now. The game is going to launch on the Google and Amazon. One of whoever uh, cloud services or service they're on, either it's Google or Amazon. Who is it? I think it's Google.
It's Google.
Okay. So if it's Google, blame Google for not being able to do it, right? But they're going to
Yep.
blame Microsoft. Mark my words. If the merger goes through, which I'm still 50-50, we'll see.
It's,
What you
you
say,
still
Doug?
50-50?
I said I'm 50-50. I'm not changing that till I
I thought you
actually
was
get
60-40. I thought you was
I'm not
60-40.
changing.
He said, "This is the line I will not cross until I see more
Was,
facts."
was I 60-40 last week?
I think so.
Yep.
Then I'm 60-40. I'm not okay.
I ain't moving.
Whatever it was, I'm not moving. So right.
You heard Congress this week.
And you heard that ideological chairman too, didn't you? Who didn't ask? We're gonna get to her too. So let's talk about. We're gonna move to hypocrisy right now. So what did you guys think about Sony buying Firewalk Studios?
It's a cricket noise here.
I know.
I just found out about it today when you guys were talking earlier for the podcast.
Yeah, I mean this came up late with me, so
First of all, I need to look it up because that isn't it on like the topics.
No, we just added it as of late. And
Oh, you just added. Oh,
and I think you didn't hear Jazz say I have it.
Yes.
oh well, I heard her say that, but well, you put in like I guess the Discord.
Nope, it's on the podcast live.
No, well, it's fine. Go on.
No, so OG, what do you think about that as far as it being this whole thing that
They're just trying to compete.
no, not only competing, but one, they're competing, but FTC is not saying it. I mean, not yet. FTC is not saying anything. And two, where are all these organic studios that they bought?
ain't no organic studios, man. Ain't no organic studios. And if I'm not mistaken, Firewalker Studios, they ain't really made a game, right? They actually they was always like a help out team, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard of them. No
Well,
disrespect.
well,
No disrespect to the people that work there.
yeah.
Yeah, they was always just a help out team. Like I think they helped on Call of Duty, something else.
We're making our own Call of Duty type game, yeah.
But they were ex Bungie people too. Did you realize that? Well, so
Some of
they
that
say.
Destiny gameplay.
Maybe they need to help with Destiny.
Probably.
I thought there were just some studio that co-develops first-party
No,
PlayStation games.
That's what I'm saying. They like a help out studio.
so you're saying they're B team?
Yeah.
I thought they
And-
were a B team
and-
for Sony.
And of course on Twitter, people are acting like they're a AAA developer. It's so funny.
Because it's affiliated with Sony.
What do you think, Sergio?
I just found out they can buy whatever they want without no hiccups. Even it like I thought they were so worried about the acquisition. they making other deals during they're such worried state. That's the only thing I'm seeing. The fact that
Here's
they bought something while this is going on, and
so you're saying that as far as spending money, where
Mhm.
is their what's the word? I forgot the word I want to use, but um use well, so let me say it this way. So are you somehow implying that if it's all doom and gloom, if this acquisition goes through, are you saying they should be more frugal with the money they're spending and save their money since they said that Call of Duty is going to ruin them, could
Mhm.
ruin them? So they need to
Mhm.
be more. So you're saying they need to be more frugal,
And
but
cautious
they,
because
right because
it's
they're
like
spending.
it's like what 30% of their 30 or 40% of their company stake.
So are you calling BS?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's what I'm calling BS.
You know what? You know what I think? I think they bought this studio because they know the deal is over with. The deal is going through. Like, forget it.
I
Let's
think
just
this
do us.
Like our
we
lives are
we
no
gonna
longer working. Let's start actually competing now.
minus we gonna acquire people too. Yeah, we gonna make our own
Yeah.
multiplayer game. Yeah, we have stuff. That's how I see it. But
Hmm.
hey, if you can do it, let me see what you guys are gonna put out. I'll look.
So do you guys remember? Uh, you remember everything about organic growth. I'm going through a story with this because it's always called the narrative and hypocrisy. Narrative meaning you want to control the narrative where they were going after one company because they were saying, "Oh, all you do is buy studios, right?"
Hmm.
We grow studios organically, and we grow studios organically because somehow the narrative was that they are growing all these studios. But I sent someone a list of all the studios that they bought. So they're trying to control the narrative. The narrative is like if you got to stick with if you are going to call something organic, then it's organic from a business perspective. So I had to tell someone today, and they got mad. They kept trying to change the narrative. I said, but no, if you're saying someone grows something organically, and I tried to tell them, and I'm like, this. I tried to explain to them. I said, hey, the growth of a company is achieved by increasing output and enhancing sales internally. Does not include profits or growth attributed to mergers and acquisitions, right? That's
Right.
That's
organic growth.
true.
So how can you say one? I don't care how much a studio costs. A studio costs 100 million, 200 million, 3 billion, 10 billion, 50 billion. How does one differ from the other if you buy them? Make sense?
Yep.
So the person got mad and they kept trying to change and say, well, that's not what they meant. I said, no, but that's how you guys are explaining it. You can't say it because that is what you lived and died by. You lived and tried and lived and died by the fact that you were calling something organic. And then when someone busts you out that you're wrong about organic, then you change. Well, it's okay because the studio didn't cost 60 to 70 billion. That if they could afford it, they would have done it.
That's just basic
Just
economics.
yeah. Does anyone agree with that or disagree?
Agree.
Meaning, if Sony had 50 to 60 billion in cash, do you think they would have bought Activision Blizzard?
Yep.
Bro.
I think so.
Oh,
Yep.
they would have bought them in a heartbeat.
I think it's
Yeah, they
just
was
because why you doing that and I can't. Ooh, like, not to sound petty, but that's how it comes across to me. Like,
Oh,
honestly.
okay.
stop. I was supposed to buy. I was saving up for that.
I'm not ready.
Stop.
So you're going to tell me, and I'm just going to get in the street vernacular. You're going to drive a Volkswagen, not the Volkswagen, a used Volkswagen, let's call it that. And then I can buy a new car that costs 5 to 10 times more. You're going to tell me I can't buy my car because you can't buy the car? I mean,
That's exactly what they did.
No, you can't drive that.
You supposed to drive
okay.
this golf with me too.
And I'm not saying anything against Volkswagen.
Yeah, I like Volkswagen.
I like Volkswagen.
And Audi.
But Volkswagen and Audi are the same company, so you
Yep, I
can't
love
like
y'all.
one without, yeah, you can't like one without liking the other. But I found that kind of hilarious because now all of a sudden this is a great studio that they bought, but no one is saying anything. Meaning, why is it like hypocrites would say, "Oh, all these mergers and acquisitions are dooming too much consolidation is going to kill gaming." I didn't hear that term said today. Did anyone see that out there today?
Nope.
In the gaming, I'm gonna call it the gaming sphere. Did anyone hear that in the gaming sphere, the gaming world? I didn't hear anyone say anything about it, and I
Not a
found
peep.
not
Not
a
a peep.
not one. So, what are your thoughts, Mega?
Eh, it's just a thing that
Just
exists. That's what I think about it.
oh, so you could care less.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
He could
That
care
is
less.
what it sounds like. He's like, it
Next,
happened.
it happened.
It
Whatever,
was a
whatever.
thing.
It's the thing. Let's move on, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now they out here buying stuff.
We all can't buy the same thing.
Exactly. That's all it is.
We gotta have different stuff and competition. Mine's gotta be better.
Diversity.
Exactly. But we'll see. And then that we're going to go into. I just thought it was interesting. I want to talk about what did you guys think about everyone was ride or dying and all this about the doom and gloom of Xbox because the PS5 sold so well. What do you guys think about that? Because it um what was it? Sony sold 400% in Europe. Wasn't that the narrative?
Oh yeah. They say it's over. It ain't even started yet.
And he started.
It ain't even started yet.
But what did you guys think about the fact that I think someone posted, oh, Sony grew what 40%? No, 399% or 300%.
Is it 300 300%?
300 plus percent. Switch dropped, and who else dropped? And then Microsoft dropped 10%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got my conspiracy theories on this, but I want your guys' thoughts on that. What is it? Doom and gloom for Xbox? Mega?
No, I really don't think so. Because like even then, like at least last time I checked, the Xbox Series consoles they're all selling passable numbers, if that's the way I would put it.
Say this: something is not selling when you see it on the shelf, and I have never seen one on the shelf. That's just me.
Yeah.
You never seen the Series console on the shelf?
I've never seen a Series X on the shelf in a store. So if you go to Walmart, do you see it? Do you go to Best Buy? Have you seen one sitting on the shelf that you can say, readily go say, I want that Xbox?
Hmm.
That's a
That's a
question.
good point. I haven't.
Yeah.
My thing
Not
is
really.
they point to Europe, but in America we move different. See,
Okay,
we like having options.
I have thoughts, but I don't even think you can get them in Europe. But go ahead, Serge. What are your thoughts?
Mm, I think it's just more so the narrative and marketing.
Oh, I give you that marketing. I give you that. How can you market something that's not there though? Oh, why would you spend marketing? Why would I market for you to buy a car if I know you can't get the car?
They've been doing this some time.
But if I tell you to market and I'm trying to get you to buy something, but you don't have it in stock. Why would I market it and waste my marketing dollars?
To keep hope alive, to just keep
Okay.
people thinking about your product.
Said keep hope alive.
Because I mean, that's what PlayStation was doing. Even though you couldn't get a PlayStation, they were still advertising it.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
you still want this? Don't
it
forget.
happened, and he's
But then,
questioning it. And I'm like, I don't know. I guess this, like, but
okay. What about your
it's a
thoughts?
waste of. It seems like a waste of money to me. I wouldn't want to do it like that. But
Okay, Jazz, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I mean, if it's not available, it's not available. But it's just to keep that lingering thought, like, maybe one day. If I see it in stock, just something to consider. Keep on people's minds.
You wanted me to tell you my conspiracy theory?
What?
Okay, let's step back. Remember, probably back in August of last year, November. What was the rumor about PlayStation? They were hoarding their PlayStations and they were waiting to put them out for Christmas and right after. You guys remember anything about that?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. They was
Okay.
holding them
Okay.
in the warehouses.
Okay. What's going on in Europe right now?
Got the CMA
Okay, and the EU, right?
in the EU. Yeah.
What phony company said we're going to die if we don't have Call of Duty? What company also has all the marketing deals with Hogwarts, FIFA? Those are two other games they have marketing deals with, right? That would be
Yeah.
who? Sony, right?
Sony.
Yeah.
So this is
Mhm.
me. I'm looking at things as um, from a strategic level. Then in February of 2023, Microsoft made an announcement. I don't know if you guys heard it, that hey, Xbox Series X, our consoles are going to be in shortage. Y'all remember that? Someone put an article out. I forgot where I sent. I wish I would have had that link. But they said we're going to be in uh, high demand or the short supply. Let's say short supply, right? If they're in short supply during mergers and acquisitions, and Sony is coming out on top in February and March when the regulators are looking at this, and Sony's saying we're going to die. How are you going to die when your consoles just sold 400% up? Microsoft consoles are not there. How are you going to die when you have all the marketing deals? Then I think also Microsoft was also known to be saying, hey, we're moving a lot of Xbox Series X's to the cloud for cloud gaming. And they're looking at if we get this merger through, we're going to need more um, cloud services for our games, right or wrong.
Right.
So I think they started focusing more on the cloud. And once they started focusing more on the cloud, that's why you see Xbox in short supply. And I think in addition, they made Sony look bad. They played Sony and they made Sony look like they're greater. You don't see Microsoft advertising in Europe at all. They got a big event win next week in England, the UK, for some event right the day before the CMA gives their final verdict, let's call it that. And I think this was all by design. I don't think Microsoft said, you know what, we're going to look weak. We're not going to advertise. We're not going to do anything. We're going to make sure Sony looks like they're doing great. Does Sony want to act like they're the victim? How is the victim doing so well? And hold that thought for something else. So, what do you guys think of that?
I think
You
that's
think
helping the case for Microsoft in
there
that.
you
So,
that's
it's like,
it's my
thank you.
conspiracy.
Y'all
It's
learn.
my right, but it's my conspiracy theory because I'm like, why put effort into selling something? Let's make them look stronger than they are. Then how does that? Then Sony's looks. Then their whole argument looks weak. Like right when the CMA made their decision, the second decision it says Microsoft, we're not going to worry about the console space. We're just going to focus on cloud. Didn't a week before, a couple of days after, Sony did great at 200%, and now they did 300%.
Yeah.
And Nintendo didn't do as well. Only Sony. So how could you be the victim? So I think Microsoft played Sony and let Sony play their hand. Sony showed their hand as being the victim. And I think Microsoft said, we're going to show you a victim. We're going to make ourselves look weak. That's my thought process on it.
I think I think you onto something there. I do because you don't see no advertising. They don't advertise Game Pass.
Now,
It's a lot of things they're not doing.
you don't see a thing. Now, with this, we hold that thought. We're going to hop into our next subject because I wanted to talk about this as a strategy as to why Microsoft is not doing anything. Now, this week, you guys haven't played it. I know OG and I played it, right? And that's Ghostwire Tokyo. And I do blame Microsoft to some extent because they hadn't touched the game. That the performance woes are even worse on Xbox than is on the PS5. And it launched on the PS5, but Microsoft owns Bethesda, correct?
Yep.
So the whole internet went ablaze saying, what? Microsoft didn't do anything. Why is did you see all the people going ballistic mad at Microsoft because of
hootenanny.
Ghostwire Tokyo?
Yeah.
And you played Ghostwire Tokyo. Did you see frame issues?
Nope. The game is smooth as ever.
Okay, I played Ghostwire Tokyo, and I have an LG, no problem. Played it on my Samsung OLED in my bedroom, and I played it in my family room. Played it in two different Xboxes. One's a 60 inch, one's a 80, and nothing. Everything looked good to me. Had no issues. Played beautifully. Only thing I made an adjustment, I was playing in 4K 30 because I forgot to change it to 60. I didn't put the ray tracing on because we discussed a couple of weeks ago. Ray tracing does nothing for me. But that being said, the whole internet went abuzz because they were mad at Microsoft, right? What do you guys think? I'm gonna start with you, OG, because you played the game. Give me some of your commentary on why did they go ballistic? Because they're mad because Bethesda is the Microsoft corporate company that before Microsoft bought Bethesda, they had a deal with Sony. And they would make quote unquote Ghostwire Tokyo exclusive for a year. So it just released and they didn't do anything to the game. They just released it as is. So
As they
the internet went ablaze, right or wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right.
what is your commentary?
Um I mean everybody, like you said on Twitter, they mad about it because they didn't touch the game or nothing like that. They couldn't. I don't think they could. They had to release it. How do we know? Do we know the whole contract? Was it a parity thing that it had to be come out like that?
That is a good question, which I thought too. But it's Microsoft would have exposed that. At least they should. Or if Microsoft didn't expose that because they see all the dirty work in the Bethesda contracts, they own Bethesda now, so they
Mm-hmm.
see it. I thought it was part of it too, but for them not to tweak it, I found to be very interesting. But um, what are your thoughts, Chazimoto?
I haven't played it yet. It's on my list, but I agree. Me personally, whenever I see ray tracing, it really doesn't do much for me. So I don't know. I'm seeing pros and cons on either. Looking at this video now,
The game runs fine.
Yeah,
It
so
it
if you
runs
look
fine. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
if you looking at it from a digital foundry perspective, then they're going to take it apart from their perspective, meaning they're going to put it under analysis. I'm talking about when I actually play the game in front of my TV.
yeah, your experience. If it's good enough for
My
you, then hey.
there you go. So I think people
Is
get
this
Go
I have a
ahead.
question. Is this one of the cases where the game technically does drop, but only like tiny bits, like 57 frames, stuff like that,
I
in
think it goes.
performance mode?
What I'm saying, I think it goes down to 45 or something, but I don't feel it. That's my point. And I have VR, so it doesn't bother me anyway on both my TVs.
Yeah, when I, yeah, I don't. See. For me, I don't have like a problem with it, you know,
Did you
because
play
it's
it?
not like the human eye can really notice it.
Another point. All right,
Yeah.
what about you, Serge?
I have to try it out, but I'm pretty sure it's not as drastic as people is making it seem. Because a lot of
It's
like
not. It's not.
a lot of people been really heavy on frames. In some games, it's
Really,
not as detailed as others.
all I'm hearing is that this game dropped to 55 frames, up bad port. That's all I'm hearing.
Just nitpicky is what it seems like.
Well, people will have a standard that they want the industry to follow. They want games at 60 frames and above because they saying the hardware should be able to handle it.
Now, I'll go a sidebar on that. As I said a couple of weeks ago, I blame Microsoft for a lot of this when they're give the developers the freedom to do whatever the heck they want to do. But if they're not comfortable developing a game at 60 frames per second, and your whole forte of gaming has been 30 frames per second, XYZ, that's a little different.
Hmm.
Now, um, anyone else has anything to say on that? Because I want to get to a quick point on it. My point is, what if they did fix it for the Xbox?
Then they be mad and saying something else.
And
They'll be
Sony,
mad.
then what would Sony would have said? See, we told you. They would have gone in, and once they own Activision Blizzard, they'll fix their game without fixing it for us, and it'll be a pass.
Exactly.
So that's why
Exactly.
my point is that's why I felt as though Microsoft said we're not touching anything, we're not doing anything until after this merger is done. Let all the
Right.
Because they
fanboys,
don't want
eh,
that
eh,
aha
eh,
moment.
as
Aha!
yep. Why give somebody ammunition? And I just tried to explain that to people. I'm like, look what they're going through. Well, they don't have time, and again, they're going out to Bethesda. I'm like, okay, I can tell you when I worked for a company, I'm in a major telecom company. And Double, I know you can follow this back, and you guys know because you live in this. We all live in the same city. But a major telecom company bought another major telecom company that bought another major telecom, and people think once you buy a company, it's a done deal. Everything works succinctly. No, you got back end services. I remember the company was on Frame Relay. They were one other company was on MPLS. We had back end deals with other back end providers. You have to merge all that together. XYZ on one contract, they on another contract. People don't see that on the front end, but the back end people inside the company sees the nightmare to merge all this crap together. People think that the Bethesda merger happened 2 years ago, right? I can guarantee you there are still some things going on that they are figuring out and getting together. Remember, they bought Nuance, a totally different company. And that has nothing to do with gaming. But Nuance is still part of that merging within to the Xbox system, a Microsoft family. You guys see where I'm coming from? So
Hmm.
the gamers, for some strange reason, has this thing that just like that, at the blink of an eye,
Just sign
all
a
this
piece of
stuff,
paper and it's done.
it's all working. Everything is working out great. There is so much crap in the back end that people don't understand. And anyone that worked for a big company, a big or a small company, I'm not going to say that, but people who work for companies that have been bought or acquired, and then that back end services crap is a pain in the tail to deal with. And it has to be done, and it's not overnight. And people thinking, I always try to level set people. When you go through it, you understand it. Until such time, leave it alone. Any additional thoughts on that?
Just that is interesting. That was an
I'm all
interesting
good.
point you made about not showing out and just letting it be.
Yeah, I just think they're letting it happen because they have actually gone radio silent. And just getting back to why some gamers are mad because of this whole issue we discussed last week with Redfall. If they would have delayed Redfall, they would have went ballistic because they delayed it. They are damned if they do, they damned if they don't. They don't. So release the game. If you don't want to play it, that's your prerogative. But here's the funny thing, and I keep telling people, um, name one game you beat in the last month. Anybody?
Not yet.
And that there lies the problem. There you go. And I'm just the same. But my whole point I'm making is certain people say, "Oh, they're all mad," and I think I call it fake uproar because if you listen to a lot of these people in these gaming uh, sites, they'll say, "Oh, I'm playing this, I'm playing this," and my whole question is, "Well, I want to wait to play this game." Which one of those games that just came out in the last 6 months have you beat? And at least three or four. Like one guy said, "I'm still playing Hogwarts. I'm at the end. I'm still at,
And they
I'm at
beefy games. They ain't no
yeah,
light games.
exactly." Like I went back and I'm playing Fallout. To me, love Fallout. Fallout is a great game. I'm still playing it.
You're making me
And
want to try again and just ignore the
yeah,
building stuff.
you have to. No, I don't do the building. Building, I hate Fallout for that. But so I don't even
Because
do
I got stuck on a
it.
train and you got to go through
You're
it.
right. I ain't building. Tell you that right there. I ain't building.
But you can just walk up from that, can't you?
Yeah, I haven't built anything. The only thing that I've built is when you get to a certain section, you have to, let me say this, you have to build a transport. But it's easily that guides you through, it tells you what you need, and you just got to work with people. So you don't have to actually build it, but you do have to build pieces that are in your inventory and you just set them down, it's built. And it'll build it if you have
Okay,
all
that
the
ain't bad, but like building
no,
a whole shelter and stuff like
no,
that,
no,
like
I
that'll
ain't
be
building
cool on the
That was
fly, like to
annoying and
collect
upgrading.
items, like, but I don't want to have to make a shelter.
So you out here living in nuclear waste, huh?
Yeah, but
You did in
Fallout.
all the other Fallouts, you just go out, you just be out in the streets. It get
You out here
dark, you
living
go
in nuclear
inside, and you
waste.
go do a dungeon real quick. You
Let me
come
show
out
you.
nighttime,
Okay,
go to sleep on
okay,
the ground real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, I Toxic Avenger.
okay. Let me tell you the easy way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
Toxie all day.
I don't go to sleep in Fallout. I just advance the time. Done.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm,
meant. You can advance
yeah,
the
Yeah,
time,
yep.
but sleep
uh,
Just
like you be having to
oh
regenerate
look, it's
yeah.
sometimes.
tomorrow.
Find the bed to get some sleep on.
That's why you have stim packs. I
Well, I
take.
also played it where sleep made you your stamina go down at a certain point.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like it affects your tiredness or something. I ain't doing that on this phone. I'm gonna
No,
just
but
play
like, my
normal.
whole point. My whole point
You
was
out here bogus.
right. My whole point is that, and I think Fallout is 30 frames per second. Rumor is they're going to update that too, but I just thought it was interesting. All the fake. I call it fake outrage. And until you beat all these games, it's like I'm gonna try to beat, and I'm saying try to beat Ghostwire Tokyo by next week when Jedi come out.
Oh, don't say that.
That's it.
Shush. Don't talk about that game.
I already
Cause
pre-ordered it, paid
I'm
for
I'm trying not to. I'm
it.
trying not to. But I might as well just buy it now. I
Yeah,
don't know why I'm tripping.
I did it today. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pre-order it.
Because I know I want it.
You
Oh,
beat the
I
first
Play the
one,
mess out of it.
Mike.
who
You beat
me?
the first one.
Yep, sure did.
Don't answer that question to him. He ain't got no right to ask nobody that.
Wait a minute. Let's step back. Double, you didn't beat it.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
He's
Okay,
stuck on. He's stuck on that.
let me ask you this question. Hold on a minute. Have you got to the super villain yet? And you know what I mean by that, right?
No man, I'm fighting this old dude in the temple.
No,
But after
man.
you get the double jump,
Oh,
jump,
oh my.
yeah, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know
He
what?
showed me. We went through this other day and found out who it was. I was like, oh, you like at 25%. You still got a lot of games left.
I'm gonna tell you a game like that. I don't, and I haven't beat it, and y'all gonna laugh at me on this. But this go way back because it's a part I got stuck on. I stuck on and double. You beat it because I remember we were discussing, or you got further than me, and that was Cameo. And I'm
Oh
like, I
yeah,
got
Oh
stuck.
wow.
I crushed Cameo.
I miss.
I,
Oh,
I
sorry, I
got,
just had a tangent. I love that game.
he loves Cameo.
and but then I played it. I
Underrated.
played it. I played it a couple of years later and went back to it. Still playing. I got to get back to it again. Yeah, that was one game.
It deserves a remake.
Yes, it does.
But okay, let's get to that. So you guys, what do you guys think about that? That's my thought on all that crap. I just think it's a bunch of nonsense that people talk about, and if you play the game, you like it, play it, you like it. And as far as Ghostwire Tokyo, I'll tell you guys. And the funny thing is, I played it in the cloud as well from my TV, from my Samsung TV. And it played smooth. I have to say that any single player game, if you get on the right Xbox in the cloud, it plays smooth because I played Fallout 4 and it was smooth. One day it was horrible. I mean, the first time I did it, it was good. The second time I did it, it was horrible. Then did it again, it ran really good.
You say you gotta try that out. And I forgot Minecraft Legends came out. It's like, don't you want to play this?
I did that. I played that too.
Ah, okay.
Dang,
Oh,
it just dropped.
well, I
He's
forgot
gotta
I
get
did.
his achievement points.
Hey, there you go. I had to get my achievement points.
God dang.
Let me rephrase this. You sit up there and not get them points every day. I get points every day, so I don't have to pay. So I did buy what you call some at $188. I had like 200. Did a $50 gift card to myself so I can bought the
All right,
post.
dang, you finally spent some. Okay.
Yeah, I did spend.
He
Jeez.
said, I want that Star Wars. Give me that.
Yeah, I said I was gonna buy Star Wars. I got Star Wars and the
Hey,
post.
after playing that first one and seeing the end of that first one, that like, man,
Yeah,
that I
the
want to
way.
get back into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, the
I'm
way
with
that
y'all.
first one. Yeah,
Woo!
hey,
I want to hear
Boy, that was hot.
the way
OG
that
says,
first
"Shut up."
one.
Boy, I ain't never been so scared in my life, boy.
Yeah, the way they did
Man,
that. That was in.
run! But like everybody's reaction was the same. Run, Ben.
It was actually it was
Don't
ingenious
you
how
give
they
her
did
no
it.
switch.
So
Just say it's a moment where you know you just turn on the afterburners.
yeah, that's true. Okay,
Like
so let's.
you ain't no second guessing.
All right. I think we hit all our topics except one that's going to be the topic that relates all this stuff back together. So earlier in the week, this is our last topic. I know you guys saw your girl on TV or your girl getting grilled this week, right? Y'all saw that, right? By Congress. And I'm calling your girl Lina Khan, who opposing the deal of Activision Blizzard. And Lina Khan was being grilled by Congress. Y'all saw that? About why is she supporting Sony and not Microsoft, and why is she trying to block the deal? You guys saw a couple of the senators speak on that. None of y'all saw that.
Nope.
No, I
Wow.
seen it. You should play it.
Did Jasmoto, did you have it?
I have an article with a screenshot. Let me see. Let's see.
Boom, boom, dum, dum.
One of the I think it
Petition
was
law
the
isn't
tenant,
supposed to
There we go.
protect an
congresswoman,
industry's
the
dominant player.
congresswoman
Correct.
from
In light of that, I
Tennessee
find it
is
curious
the
that the
one who
FTC is
actually
taking
called it
action to
out.
protect Sony, which has
Yeah.
Called
68% of the
Lena
global.
Khan out. She called her out, but she didn't go further and far enough in my mind because she should have said, when Lena Khan said something, I'm like, okay, well then why are you getting your talking points from Sony if you don't take their opinion and you come to your own conclusion? Because to me, if you look at a couple of pieces of it, Lena Khan came across to me as the quintessential politician. She didn't answer anything, and she always reverted back to, oh, it's just the FTC's policy. We've done X, we've done Y, we've done Z.
We can all agree that competition law isn't supposed to protect
Did
an
you see it,
industry's
OG?
dominant player.
Correct.
In light of that, I
Yeah, I
find it
watched
curious
it.
that the
What
FTC
was
is
your
taking
thoughts?
action to protect Sony, which has 68%
She
of
was
the global
avoiding the
market for
question.
high-end video gaming
She gave a
consoles.
standard answer.
Competitive or
And the
competition
Congresswoman, she called it
attempted to
out.
block
Period.
Microsoft's proposal or their proposed acquisition of Activision
Just
Blizzard King.
she
As you
made
know,
it plain and
Sony's been the
simple.
most
She didn't
vocal
beat around the
opponent of
bush
that deal.
or
And
nothing.
remarkably, the FTC has sided with
She
Sony.
called
Can
her
you
out.
explain why
She called
that
her out
seems to
big
be a
time,
good
which
idea?
I found
This
kind of
case also has been
entertaining at the
voted out
moment.
and is in administrative proceedings, so I'll let the complaint
Only
speak
thing
for
I heard
itself.
was,
I will say,
she's
as
a
a general matter,
lobbyist.
we always really
For
benefit
Microsoft.
from hearing market participants
Is
across
she
the
a
Look,
board,
lobbyist?
including big players. But at the end of the day, we always make our own independent judgments based on the
don't
law and
know.
facts.
It ain't my business.
I say we
I
can
just know she
all
called
agree
it
that
out.
competition law
Microsoft an
isn't
American
supposed to
company.
protect an industry's dominant.
You got it back. You got to back the American company, no matter
She
what.
lit into her. And she lit into it, and I thought it was quite interesting. But what are your thoughts, Jazz, after you saw that?
I need to play it again. I was trying to hear what she said.
Play it again real quick for the audience.
Yeah. Let me go back.
All agree that competition law isn't supposed to protect an industry's dominant player.
Correct.
Oh, you
In
got
light of that,
54
I
good
find it
seconds,
curious
though.
that the FTC is taking action
Well,
to
she
protect
firing off.
Sony, which has
Miss
68% of the global
Haschenberger.
market for high-end video
Yeah,
gaming
she's snapping, ain't
consoles.
she?
From competitive or competition attempted to block Microsoft's proposal or their proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. As you know, Sony's been the most vocal opponent of that deal, and remarkably, the FTC has sided with
And smile at
Sony.
the
Can you
end.
explain why that seems to be a good
It's a
idea?
quintessential
This
politician. She
case
never
also has been
answered
voted
anything.
out and is in administrative proceedings, so I'll let the complaint speak for itself. I will say, as a general matter, we always really benefit from hearing market participants across the board, including big players. But at the end of the day, we always make our own independent judgments based on the law and the facts.
Okay. I say we can all agree that
This is getting
competition.
Well, see, my
Yes, sir.
issue.
Sony
It
quote.
is getting ugly.
I like how
My
she said
issue.
Sony quote. Oh, and at the end of the day, we always rely on our own. Blah, 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 blah.
But then, see, that whole point when she said at the end, I wouldn't have let Lena say that and get away with it. She said we always rely. If you relied on your own data, you would not have taken Sony's core term of high-end consoles. And she took that. The FTC took high-end console market and excluded Nintendo. Remember that? The FTC put that in the documents. So where
Yeah.
did you get it from?
Yes.
If you didn't get it from Sony, where did you get it from? And then here she said, we like to hear from market participants or competition, right? Or competitors, right?
Right.
Why didn't see? I wish I was on stage because she would have been like, I hate you. That's what she would have said. Because I would have said, okay, then answer this question. Why is Sony the only one complaining? The market leader.
Yeah.
So I would have grilled her
True.
even further. I would have said, no, just give me an answer. And
Yeah. Yeah. She should have pressed. No, I need an answer.
so we'll hear next week, and I'm going to say this right now. What the speculation is that the EU will, I mean, not the CMA is going to approve it next week. That's why Microsoft has something in Europe, England and UK next Tuesday. They also announced financial reports on Tuesday. Their quarterly figures, numbers, however you choose to look at it, they announce those on Tuesday. So all that's going to be Tuesday. But since they are 6 to 8 hours ahead of us, I think UK is 6 hours ahead of us. All that's going to happen before they announce numbers. So it could be a good day for Microsoft or an embarrassing day for Microsoft. If the CMA approves and the EU approves, I would hope they would try to close the deal, or I would hope the FTC come to its senses and say, hey, actually, I would hope the FTC comes to its not consensus, but census by the weekend and beat the CMA and the EU to a deal and say, hey, we did it first. But Lina Khan's arrogance and her ideological, and I keep saying that, viewpoint is going to destroy her because she's acting as if she's a dictator. She's not following law. And that's what's going to get her in trouble because that's what everyone is saying. Lawyers and everyone else. You can't rule by your ideology. You have to go by what laws are in place. You have any additional comment, Mega? Any additional viewpoints? Anything you want to say about it? Thoughts?
Yeah, interesting clip. Not a lot of people talked about this moment.
They not talking about it, which is incredible.
That's funny.
hmm They
And
acting
no
like
one,
it's not even happening. They
no
act like it
one's
didn't even
talk,
happen.
no one's talking about it because there's a bias. Let's get that out the way. There is a bias because I didn't hear anything about there's too much consolidation. You didn't hear that today. There's certain things you didn't hear. You hadn't heard anything about this. You didn't see. Well, you did see Pure Xbox talk about it, but you didn't. I don't think. Did you see IGN talk about it?
I didn't hear a single thing from IGN, to be honest.
Interesting. Tell me that's not interesting.
But hey, you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Shots fired. Pew pew pew.
And oh, let me get this one out real quick. Just a hot take before we leave. Your favorite billionaire, because he's sure the devil is mine, started charging $42,000 a month for an API, access to an API, right?
What?
Twitter. So that's why Microsoft left. So if you want to have access, so the API would allow when you game on your Xbox, you can send stuff out to Twitter. You saw that, right? Or game
Right.
clips. Well, you can't do that anymore because Twitter owner, who I'm not going to say his name, decided to start charging everybody 42,000. That's where you saw. Did you guys see that? Where Microsoft said we're not going to pay them, and I don't know. I don't blame them. Why would I pay you $42,000 a month for something that was free before?
Dang.
And then you have people, well, they're $1 trillion company, so I'm not going to get ripped off. I don't care how much it is. If I feel as though you are cheating me, I'm not paying for it. That's like saying Sony raising the price of the game, but you can afford it. Just because I afford it, don't mean I'm gonna spend my money, and I know you're trying to rip me off.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this dude's straight out Lex Luthor now, huh?
Jeez. Well, there's going to be another competitor soon. That's what I hope. So we'll see how that rolls.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that, real quick? So before we do our outros, did y'all think Microsoft did the right move by um, stopping access to Twitter with the API?
Yeah, I feel they did the right thing. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to be charging for that.
It's a heck of a lot of money. What about you, Mega?
Yeah, yeah, I believe so.
Surge?
What's the question at hand?
What do you think about Microsoft ditching Twitter because of that fee? Now, granted, that's what. Let me see. 42,000. That's 504,000 a year, almost $500,000 just to pay for an access. And you could say, "Oh, that's nothing," but it's something. That's like I can help fund another video game or
Yeah,
an indie developer. Give something, So
yeah, no, they did the right thing. Especially, yeah, no.
what about what about you, Jazz?
Yeah, I agree. Especially when you put it like that. It's like, yeah, that's a good chunk.
So they charge all of them this.
But
They charge Steam the same thing. They
They
charge.
they they doing it to everyone. Even if I heard someone else said that, even if you're a small developer, they're charging you 42,000 a month. It's just for access, and they're like, I'm like, that's crazy. I could see if it was a graduated cost, even if they said, okay, It's going to be 5,000 for X company, but that's a ridiculous amount of money.
Wow.
Okay, so
And when did this go into effect?
I think Microsoft is out of there April 25th.
Mm, mm, mm.
He said, "Bust that mess somehow."
You need a whole new platform for probably for gamers.
We'll see how that pans out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of our show. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to do our outros and get started. So let's start with Mega. Where can they find you, and what are you going to be playing this week for people to find you?
Well, hello. Well, it's me, Megalixer, and I'll be here every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, right here on the Gamers DMZ podcast. You'll follow me on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel and a Twitch. Yeah.
And remember, we're just starting out, people. So like us, follow us, subscribe. All right. What about you, Jazamoto?
All right, so I'm going to be here every Thursday. Gamers DMZ, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. But also, I'm on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All Jazzymoto. Do random gameplays and art streams. Usually Saturdays. So yep.
Let's go with OG.
Yeah, you can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the crew. You can also find me on Facebook. We have a gaming group. It's basically everything. It's nerdy, all things geeky. But you can also find me there.
Okay, Surge.
Well, I am on Facebook under Surge Gaming, as well as I am on Twitter and Twitch as Surge, as well as YouTube. I haven't really been on my Instagram in a minute, and I haven't really been streaming lately. But I'm about to change all that. I'm gonna get up on it because I'm definitely trying to get into this Ghostwire Tokyo, as well as trying out that Minecraft Legends. So I'll try it out. So
I
we're
have to
gonna be
be.
doing some gaming soon. Said
I
what?
have to. I have to. I did play Minecraft Legends, but I played it via the car because I know I wasn't gonna like it. I
Did
did.
you like it?
I didn't like it. But I don't like those type of
Ah.
games, so I was just playing it.
I
But
forgot what it was like, honestly.
Did you
I
play
don't.
Dungeons?
Oh, I like Dungeons. Dungeons was cool.
Dungeons is like
Dungeons
Gauntlet or
Dungeons was
Diablo.
dope.
Yeah, Dungeons was hot. I like Dungeons, but it's not like Dungeons. Nah,
I'm assuming Legends is like a team battle game.
it's a
Kind of like,
RTS almost.
yeah,
Mm,
Gauntlet.
I
Yeah.
Mm.
don't like those type. Don't do
interesting.
those. I don't do games like that. Do well with games like that. I ain't doing all that. Too much work. I just want to. When I play games, I just want to be able to sit down, play. I ain't got to do all this other
Let me
stuff.
do the
But
thing.
anyway,
I ain't trying to mine nothing. I ain't trying to build no villages.
I'm not building that. If I wanted to be a builder, I would have been a carpenter. And I ain't no carpenter, so that ain't happening. I wouldn't
Actually,
do it.
All
is Dungeons
right.
still in Game Pass?
Yes, sir.
It should be.
I got one
Okay.
level to beat. But you need somebody with you to beat it. And I never had a person to
I didn't
play
even
with.
know you played that.
Oh yeah, I played. I
Yeah,
Me
played.
that Dungeons
neither.
is fun.
Yeah, Dungeon was
Me
fun.
and Megan was playing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way back in 2020. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's when I played it. Let me see where you can find me. You can find me here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find me playing the Xbox. You can find me playing the PlayStation as the one. I'll be streaming on Twitch tomorrow. I'll probably do Ghostwire Tokyo tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Or if I see any of you guys on, which I know I probably won't see because you guys never on Friday evening that much.
We be on this shit. We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
catch you. That sweet
Yeah,
spot
yeah.
of
Yeah.
catch you
Yeah.
between 7 and 8. You gotta
Yeah.
Just appear, like, poof.
you gotta be on before 7:30,
Not
otherwise
if
I'm out of
no,
there.
well, no, if I see y'all on, if y'all play Monster Hunter, because I was trying to play with
Oh
Double,
yeah.
because he's like what's your level, Double?
You said like 20, 16, I think. What'd you say you
I,
was at on
Because
Xbox?
last time
no, I
he
think
was
it's
7.
I think it's 13
Okay,
on
cool.
Xbox. On the Switch is 20.
I'm at 113, so I'm looking for people to play with. And
So you hit
Double,
Master Rank then.
yeah. But I know Jazz, you remember that person that we had gaming with us last time?
Yes.
I don't see him anymore. I sent him a message via Xbox, but he hasn't responded. I see him on his other gamer tag, so I'm gonna hit him up on his other gamer tag and see. But anyway, look, we are at
Doing your outros.
I was just doing my outro, people. You can catch us
You
at
was having a senior moment.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was looking at.
Yeah, you was. Yeah, you was. Yeah, you was.
Got caught up in
Don't
I know
Monster
the
let him
Hunter.
get you. He been doing that. He
yeah.
been having some
I know the
old
difference.
man moments. Don't
Actually,
let him get you.
actually, I'm looking at Brooklyn going to win this game from Philly. It's going to piss me off. But anyway, hey, I'm gonna say this, and y'all gonna catch it. The rest of the people now. At least I'm not looking at silly stuff on Twitter. So anyway, with that note,
Watch your pockets.
You gonna leave it at that?
Hey, you just started it up, man. Why you started up?
It's $1. I found $1.
Well, put it like this: when you found it, I don't want it. So hey,
it was just in my pocket.
That pocket I don't want. I don't want that pocket. Anyway, third.
Somebody swiping credit cards.
Oh my goodness.
Come on. We're gonna
I don't want that credit card either. All right, third is on you. Third is on you.
All right, it's time. All right, let me holler at you. It's time to holla.
I'm out.
Let me holler at you.